and gentlemen, will you join me with an enthusiastic Chattanooga welcome to Mr. Thomas Friedman.
I'm here tonight to talk to you about my latest book, That Used to Be Us, How America Lost Its Way and the World It Invented, and How We Can Come Back, a book I wrote with my friend and colleague, Professor Michael Mandelbaum from Johns Hopkins University. The two of us are not pessimists when it comes to America. We are optimists, but we are frustrated. We are two frustrated optimists. Now, what we argue is that America today faces three great challenges, and I'm going to talk about one tonight, the one I think that's most relevant to your community here in Chattanooga, and that is the merger of globalization and the information technology revolution. And it is changing everything. Just 7 years ago, Facebook didn't exist, Twitter was still a sound, the cloud was still in the sky, 4G was a parking place, LinkedIn was a prison, applications were what you sent to college, and for most people, Skype was a typo. And what that has done is actually taken the world from connected to hyper-connected. There's no town in America that I have to say that to that better understands that than Chattanooga. I decide I'm going to come to Chattanooga because your gig thing, and I meet two guys who are involved in the gig project. And they tell me, you just had a concert here with one guy in California and one guy in Chattanooga.
We have T-Bone Burnett live in LA, Chuck Mead live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, playing together live. Take it away.
Let's pick a little for the folks.
And you know what my mind says? Didn't you guys get the word? We're in a recession. And that's what's so great about this country. So we're all facing this challenge now that average is over. And when average is over, what does it mean? It means we all have to find our extra, our unique value contribution that will justify why we should be hired, promoted, or retained. That's why I tell my girls, I'm an old fuddy-duddy. When I graduated from college, I got to find a job. You will have to invent a job.
I need to find a way to retool myself so that I have a job.
I'm applying to grad schools right now, and honestly, my friends are like, oh, why are you applying to grad schools? I'm like, I don't know if I can find a job right now.
I need to be more creative in what I'm doing in college and what I want to do once I get out of college.
To thrive in this hyper-connected world, you need to lean into it with kind of four attitudes in mind. The first is, think like an immigrant. New immigrants are paranoid optimists. They are optimists because they picked up from somewhere and came somewhere they thought would be better. And they are paranoid because they think it can always be taken away from them. So they are incredibly persistent and adaptable. Friends, think like an immigrant because we are all new immigrants in the hyper-connected world. Second, think like an artisan. They took so much pride in what they did. They brought so much extra to it, they carved their initials into it. Do your job every day as if you brought so much extra, you'd want to carve your initials into it at the end of the day. Third, think like a starter-upper. Got this idea from Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn. Reid's motto is, always think of yourself as being in beta. Always be in the stage of engineering, re-engineering, and re-perfecting yourself. Always be in beta. Never think of yourself as finished. Lastly, think like a waitress at Perkins Pancake House. So I'm working on the book, and I'm home in Minneapolis, and I'm having breakfast with my best friend, Ken Greer, at my favorite restaurant, Perkins Pancake House. And after 15 minutes, the waitress comes, she lays our 2 plates down, and all she says to Ken is, I gave you extra fruit. She got a 50% tip. Why? Because that waitress, she didn't control much, but she controlled the fruit ladle. And that was her extra. So friends, if you take nothing away from this talk tonight, please take this. In the hyper-connected world, think like an immigrant, stay hungry. Think like an artisan, take pride. Think like a starter-upper and always be in beta. And think like a waitress at Perkins Pancake House and be entrepreneurial in everything you do, because we all truly now live in Garrison Keillor's Lake Wobegon, where all the men are strong, all the women are beautiful, and all the children need to be above average. Thank you very much.